Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, we are live. Cool, 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 cool. Pop out the chat there. All right. Here we go. Close cam activated. Chats. Chat windows up and running. All right. Here we go. Welcome back to the SAS. This is the SAS. Super alternate Saturday show. Every other Saturday I do a stream because I changed my schedule. I needed something a little bit more flexible this year. So Saturday is my flex day. It could shift from time to time. No promises that it's going to be every actual other Saturday, but we're going to try. Now, of course, this last month my every other Saturday show kind of took a nosedive because of there were 2 conventions locally and 1 convention nationally that I went to. Excuse the blowing sounds. I've got cat hairs that have propagated here in the pocket dimension. So let's go ahead and get down to it today. So back in November, December, I ordered Gandalf the Grey at Rivendell as a made-to-order from Games Workshop. So they sent it. Finally, it came like 5 months, 6 months later. And here he is in his prison, his plastic prison here, put there by that no-good Sauron, evidently. Some orcish mischief. So we're going to pop him out of here and clean him up and get him ready for painting. So there it is. Boom. Nice little packaging. What am I going to do with it? Plastic's good for using it for wet pallets. Little wet pallet. You could make a little travel wet pallet out of that. If you wanted. And let's see, let's go ahead and, yeah, let's just start cleaning off all the gates where the gates were made. So we'll do that, and we'll clean up this metal figure. So these are actually vents. These are vent holes. So the pouring gates are usually this looks like it is a pour gate, and there's also a pour gate that comes here and meets up there. And then he sits in the mold like this, and these are all vents to help release any trapped air, so that you don't get air pockets in the casting. What I'm doing is I'm going through and I'm identifying all of the gates and all of the vents, and I want to get an idea of what does not belong. Some of these things do not belong. These things are not like the others. And yeah, so now these are side cutters. These are actually rated for cutting copper wire. So this is my $10 pair that I got at the electric supply house. And we're just going to cut off all these little vents. Looks like he's got a little crystal there, so be careful of that. There's a little gate right there. A little gate. So this last week, I was interviewed by a local podcast called Muggle with a Mic. Muggle with a mic. M-I-C. So, Muggle with a Mic. So check that out. The episode has dropped. She is talking about an upcoming convention on there, where I will be doing a paint and take activity. So Muggle with a Mic, check it out. My interview starts about halfway through the... She interviewed two people. One was one of the people who help coordinate the convention, and then mine was the second interview on the episode. So check that out. How can I make this look a little bit more interesting? If I just put him here on the base, that's going to be boring. What if I put him on a little... I need to find a little bit of cork, I think. I don't know if I have any. I had some a while back, but I don't know where it is now. That's the thing about being a hobbyist. Sometimes you get things, you use them, and you decide to save the rest for later. Later comes and you don't know where you've put it. So, but I think he needs to be... If he just sits here like this, that's going to be boring. I think he needs to be up a little bit. He's pointing at something. Behold, Rivendell, home of the elves, their Lord Elrond. So I'm going to take a moment, and I'm going to try to find some of that cork, because I hadn't really thought about it until just now. Let's see. Maybe it's out in the... Oh, I don't know. I don't know where the cork is. I'm sure that it's here somewhere. All right. Got a little... Hey, Myar. How's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. So I'm working on a made-to-order Gandalf at Rivendell. So it took like 4 months, 5 months, almost 6 months for him to get here because of workshop. And so instead of just putting him on the base like this, boring old base, right? I could do my usual thing. I thought I might try putting a little bit of cork on the base and seeing about building him up just a little bit and see what kind of results that garners. I think it'll be interesting. So I'm going to cut this, made a little circle here. I'm going to cut that out. Get rid of this. This is just cluttering things up. I don't think we need to look at that for the rest of the afternoon. So Myar, let's see, Myar says, wife had good idea and I took a break from painting on Boba Fett and decided to hang out with my wife while she ran errands, and it's been really nice. No doubt. Happy wife, happy life, Myar. She wanted to hang out with you and say, hey, take a break. Let your creative impulse kind of get a recharge. If you're pushing too hard, stop pushing. Take a break. It's okay to take a break. So, she probably wanted to hang out with you anyhow. So this is just a piece of cork hot plate that I got at the dollar store. It was 2 per pack, so 50 cents a pop for these. I don't know, they're about a ½ inch thick circle of cork. Which is fine. So we'll see. We'll see where this takes us. I should probably get some thinner cork as well to work in sheets and the like, but do you remember Tony from You Got Me Monologuing? Yes, I do. He's sending me stickers from a model. My version came with stickers. His came with both. I'll be done with both soon. Cool. Yeah, I saw Tony at, briefly, like real briefly, just in passing, at Adepticon. So yeah, I remember Tony. He's doing a lot of woodworking now, too. He's kind of retired and doing woodworking. So, good for him. He was running the Pass and Paint as well. So, now we're just going to file off the little nub that's left over from cutting off the tag. Yeah, he's a huge Star Wars fan. Yeah, he is. I think most people of our generation, Gen X, are huge Star Wars fans. Blew our little minds, you know. And then had the idea of having action figures that you could take home the action of Star Wars. And you could play Star Wars in you relive the adventures and make up new ones. I think that was, that was marketing genius on Lucas's part, obviously. But also, it generated very devoted fans. Cool. I think I'm going to glue this down. We'll glue this down and then we'll start picking at it. and making it interesting. Just a little bit of Gorilla gel here, and we're gonna put that bad boy right on there. And we'll let that sit. And let's see. Oh, let's see. Let's see if this hobby clamp, how this works for us. So this is a new toy. This is a new toy that my boss at Sea Dog Game Studios gave me. And it is a little hobby clamp. So let's see how this holds. This is going to be nice. Oh, this is going to be really nice. Look at this. So you can hold this down. Whoop. I can drop things too. Butterfingers. Let's get some cat hairs and some dust on here. So the cool thing about this little hobby clamp is it's got a spring in it, so you can hold that down while you're holding it down. And look at that. Just add a little bit of pressure and let that dry. Let's see. Let's see. Miar was asking, I have a lot of pride working on a scale model versus a small model, which I love doing, by the way. In fact, I can't wait to get away from Boba and help my stepson with the last 5 Custodes models of his. Understandable. I got you there. It's nice to have a variety, though. But when a project starts giving you fits, it's good to step away from it, and it's kind of nice to get back on it. Is my cam 720 or 1080? 720 or 1080? This camera is actually 4K, but the aspect ratio is 4 by 3, 4 by 5, whatever it is. It's a document camera, so. But unfortunately, it doesn't have, like, I can't go in, there's no software for it. I can't go in and change any aspects of it. I mean, what do you expect for $100, right? But it is 4K, so it is 4K. I've got other cameras, but I've got to get. So my plan is, so I've got some 4K cameras. I've got a 1080 and a 4K, and I've got an 8K as well. But I need to get a switcher to be able to use them effectively. Because the plan is to really start doing things a little bit more better. So we're just going to start attacking the mold lines here a little bit. Any kind of weird irregularities in the casting. There's a little mold line on the back of his hand we'll get. I wonder if you could Google it and see an app or software that would work with it. Possibly. But I've got other options that I'm working on, Miar. things that will be coming to fruition before long, I think. So I do have a 1080 camera, webcam, but the problem is I don't have anything that will hold it at the right angle. For what I'm doing here. But it's possible there could be something out there if I look on Google. I have just really not thought of it because I would have thought that the camera company that makes this, it's an IPVO. It's actually what Rhonda Bender uses, Bird with a Brush. She uses an IPVO 4K, and so that's what I got. I didn't know which model she got, but I found this on sale, I guess. I guess it was on sale. But it's a document camera, really. But there's no way to lock off the focus to have like a long depth of field for this. Sometimes I feel like things are smaller on screen than they should be. But yeah, I could Google that. I could probably Google it. Now, whether or not I'll find any answers, don't know. But yeah, I could Google that. I just have never crossed my mind. So that little hobby clamp came in handy already. Look at that. Alright, let's start carving some interesting shapes out of this cork. I think I'd like to put a new... I think I want to put a new blade in this knife. Let's see. Let's see. Miar says, I know my wife and I need to invest in a new computer. I have an awesome laptop, but a tower PC can last longer. Ours is dirt old. Understandable. My laptop that I'm using here is dirt old, so... Of course, prices for computers are definitely are definitely they're gonna go crazy here if they haven't already gone crazy. Alright, let's see. I've got some regular razor blades here. Don't have any. Do I have any X-Acto blades? I need some X-Acto blades. X-Acto blades, X-Acto blades. Where are you, X-Acto blades? Where are my X-Acto blades? I exactly don't know where my X-Acto blades are. Where are they? I had a little brick full of X-Acto blades, and I don't know where they've gotten to. I probably should change them out more often than I do. So, let's see. No, these are just models in there. I don't think I have any tools in those bins. I don't believe I do. No tools in those bins. Let's look over here. I know I saw a brick of them the other day when I wasn't looking for them. Because that's how it always goes. You find the things you don't need when you're looking for the things you need. Well, it never fails, does it? The things you need are the things you can't find. Let's see, maybe they're up here. Ah, here they are. Ha ha! You know, what's what they used to say? A place for everything and everything in its place. They were right there where I had left them. Go figure. Go figure. They were right close by in my little tool drawer up on the shelf there. Duh. Derp 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 derp. Doop-a-doo. All right. So now let us go ahead and do some interesting things. We'll make him look a little bit more interesting. All right, let's do this. Let's pin him. Let's pin him to the base. and then we can cut around. What we're doing. So Miar, I was just telling, I don't know if you heard me or not, but I was just saying that I got interviewed last week by a local podcast here called Muggle with a Mic. My segment is the second half of the show. The first half is an interview with one of the organizers of one of our local conventions. So you can check that out on YouTube, Muggle with a Mic. It's pretty cool. It's a little edited, which is fine. It actually makes the conversation a little bit better. It actually flows, because when you're interviewed like that, sometimes you can tend to go all over the place. But yeah, it was nice. It was nice. All right. Let's get a let's get a paper clip here. I've got a box of paper clips here somewhere. We'll get a paper clip, and we will clip old Gandalf down to the... We'll pin him to the ground here. Let's see. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, definitely check it out. Just going to use a little zip kicker on this gel. And give it a couple of seconds. While I'm waiting for that to dry, I want to take a look and see and make sure that I got all the mold lines off. I think there's one right there. And there might be a teeny tiny one right there. All right. Let's see. No, I don't like that. Let's see. There's another good place to put him. Maybe right there. Maybe something like that. Yeah. Let's go with that. Cool. All right. Now let's do a little sculpting on this base here. This is going to look pretty good, I think, when I get done with it. Cool. I think I like that. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this stuff that I've carved off and, yeah, save it. Put this in a little baggie or something. Well, I've only gone an hour. I hate to say it, folks, but I have got something I need to go take care of. Somebody just texted me about, and I may have to cut things short here this evening. We never know what we're gonna get on the super alternate Saturday show. We never know. It could be an hour. It could be 2 hours. It could be all evening long. But the fact is, we liberated Gandalf out of his plastic prison. We got him on a base, and now he's ready for a good priming. So we'll prime him up and start painting him. So we're going to set him aside for the time being. And I hate to say it, folks, but I got to run. I've got something I've got to take care of, looks like. So, work-related, as you know, as it is. So, Remember, no matter how bad today might have been, the sun is coming up tomorrow, and the world is a better place with you in it. Keep on painting. Keep on playing. That is the end of the stream. I know it's only been an hour. Yeah, so we will see you all on Thursday. If I don't do a part 2. I mean, I may stream later if I get back. If I get back on in a decent amount of time, but I will. I may stream tomorrow evening after my Space Station Zero game. I don't know. But anyway, I have gotten back on schedule now, sort of, with a couple of conventions coming up. The Super Alternate Saturday show may also, the SAS tends to be the sacrificial show of this new schedule, so it's a little more flexible for me. But anyway, I just wanted to say thank you for tuning in, and we will see you later on this week, I hope. Yeah. So have a great week, and we'll see you all later.